How's it going, folks? I'm Des with DesFit, and this is the Hydrow Indoor Rower, but this isn't just a rowing machine. There's a complete interactive system behind it with athlete-led workouts, coaching, as well as workouts beyond just rowing like strength training, yoga, and Pilates. So if you've been a long-time subscriber to the channel, you'll know that I'm primarily a cyclist and I spend a lot of time in the saddle, but I was looking for something to mix things up a little bit because I think all of us can kind of get bored with the same type of workout, especially indoors, so that's why I was interested in covering the Hydrow. I do want to mention that Hydrow did sponsor this video, but just like all my reviews, I'll be telling you what I like about it, as well as areas where I think it could be improved. I don't generally do sponsored videos like this, but when they reached out to me, I was actually already interested in checking it out, so I thought this would kind of be a good fit. So the Hydrow experience is kind of based on two core things, the rower itself, as well as the system behind it with over 3,000 interactive workouts. There's also a one-on-one coaching program and tons more, but let's first talk about this hardware. So the Hydrow itself was delivered to me with their dedicated setup service that brought it inside my house. They unboxed it, set it up, and got me rolling. The assembly process really didn't take that much time at all, even if you're going to be doing it yourself. So all they had to do after getting it out of the box was attach the stability bar to the front, attach the display, plug it in, and that was about it for what they had to do. So all in all, they were at my house for maybe like 20 to 25 minutes. And I do have to say that their setup service was professional. They wore masks inside my house, and they were just nice gentlemen. The construction of the rower itself is top notch. There is nothing cheap feeling about this thing at all. It has a super solid base where this thing just does not budge. The 22-inch high definition display is high quality, and it also rotates on some sturdy hinges. The handle that you'll be holding on to is nice and comfortable with a nice rubberized coating. The belt that it attaches to is nice and solid. The padded seat is comfortable and it's made out of a high quality material, and the seat sits on a 10 roller system and it's super smooth. And that's probably what I was most impressed with the hardware, was how smooth the feel was in regard to actual rowing. It's super quiet using it, and it's definitely something you can do without annoying your neighbors, and it's definitely quieter than a treadmill and probably just about as quiet as some silent indoor bike trainers. The machine, it's not small by any means, but the actual footprint's probably smaller than most indoor treadmills, at least in width. It may be a little bit longer though. But one nice thing about the Hydrow is that you can actually fold this display down and then stand it up vertically for storage. But a couple things to note with that is that you will need to have about an 86-inch high ceiling or more, and there's also an accessory kit to actually attach it to the wall, because when it's standing up, you definitely don't want this thing tipping over. And then in terms of the body sizes that you can actually accommodate on this, they say that it can accommodate up to a 36-inch inseam, and it can hold up to 375 pounds. Okay, so now on to the actual rowing experience. So to get started, all I had to do was connect it to Wi-Fi and then create my account, and that was basically it. It has Wi-Fi built in, but if you prefer a wired connection, they also have an adapter for that. But there's two more things I want to point out before checking out the workout. So what's great here is that you can also pair up an external heart rate monitor so you can see your heart rate in real time. And then if your smartwatch can broadcast heart rate, you can even do that too. And one more thing is that if you'd rather use a pair of Bluetooth earbuds rather than the built-in speakers, you can do that too. And although the speakers are pretty good on the display, you can even hook up a Bluetooth speaker for even better sound. Now, what makes Hydrow more than just a rower is the backbone they built with their vast library of workouts. And I think they claim something like over 3,000 workouts. And that's not only rowing, but strength training and conditioning, Pilates, yoga, and stretching. And then there's also a one-on-one coaching program, which we'll talk about here in just one bit. So the first workout that popped up for me was an introductory class that just gets you familiarized with your rower, and this is what I did first, and this was a good intro which showed me around the system and what it had to offer. Now, if you're new to rowing, they also have plenty more videos to choose from to learn proper rowing form, which, by the way, my form has notoriously been not that great, but I have been steadily improving the more I use it, as well as using their instruction. And then beyond that, they have everything from quick 1 to 5 minute workouts to 45-minute workouts if you'd like. And if you just want to just row and just have some nice, peaceful water to look at, you can totally do that too. You don't actually have to do one of their workouts. And then they also have a couple live workouts each day that you can join if you'd like. But during these workouts, on the display, you have your current split time, time remaining of your workout, strokes per minute or your rhythm, average split time for your workout, total distance, calories burned, and heart rate if you paired up an external heart rate strap. And then here on the right-hand side of the screen is an interactive leaderboard where you can see where you stand compared to other Hydrow athletes. And for the actual workouts, yeah, they're definitely workouts, and it's definitely a nice change and just something different than sitting on the bike trainer. So they claim that you can engage up to 86% of your muscle groups, and I think that's certainly the case because I've definitely been feeling it all over. And the workouts, honestly, they're pretty darn fun. And this definitely has something to do with the athletes that they chose to lead these workouts, and I think they did a really good job choosing these athletes. And they aren't cheesy or anything like that, and they're able to provide plenty of instruction like keeping good form, all while being very motivational during these workouts. And there's also plenty of variety when it comes to the athletes, depending on the style of workout that you want, from the more mellow ones to athletes with higher energy. So I particularly like Nick Karwowski as well as Sarah Moon Boos for the higher energy athletes, and I also like Lane Meyer, who is a bit more mellow but still very motivating. The music selection is also quite good, and they have a lot of popular music styles and popular artists. So what's nice is that they also give you the option of using their original blend of the Hydrow athletes speaking along with their music. You can choose to have only music if you'd like, or you can turn down the music and hear more of the athlete, or you can just hear just the athlete. And then you can just put on some music in the background if you'd like. And then beyond just the rowing workouts and instruction, there's also other activities that they offer, including strength training, mobility, yoga, Pilates, and stretching routines. And then what you can do with these other types of workouts that are off the rowers, you can actually rotate the display off to the side by I think about like 30 degrees maybe or so. And then you can also rotate it down. But I would have liked to see a little bit more flexibility where you could actually rotate it maybe by a full 90 degrees, just to give it a little bit more options in terms of where you can do your workout. However, what is nice is that they also do have a smartphone app where you can access these workouts. So you're not just limited to doing these workouts from the Hydrow itself. And then just like the actual rowing workouts, these other workouts are really well done. And what I really liked about these is that from what I could tell, none of these workouts were filmed in just a studio. From what I could see, all of these were filmed in some really cool locations, like on the beach, literally in front of a battleship. And then what I thought was particularly cool was in locations like Vail, Colorado Springs, and Buena Vista, which are all set in my home state of Colorado. Oh, and for some of these workouts, like some of these stretching and yoga routines, all you'll basically need is a workout mat, which you may already have, but some of these may require additional equipment. And again, you may have some of these things laying around your house, like yoga blocks and resistance bands, but they do also have a couple kits that have all of these things in one package that you can purchase along with your Hydrow. And then for accountability, you can track your progress through the Hydrow app as well as on the machine itself, where you can see a rolling 7-day status of your workouts and which days you worked out, which can certainly be motivating. Oh, and what you may have noticed if you're following me over on Strava is that the Hydrow workouts will sync over to Strava. So as they say, these workouts actually did happen because they're on Strava. One strange thing I noticed about the smartphone app as well as the Hydrow itself is that there doesn't seem to have the ability to actually delete a workout. Like you see here are a few workouts that I just wanted to check out or get a preview on before actually doing them, but if you view a workout even for a couple seconds, it logs it and I can't seem to find a way to delete it. It is a super minor thing. It's definitely something that can easily be updated with some software. And then one more thing I wanted to point out is that they also do have a one-on-one coaching program, which is an additional cost over your Hydrow membership, and they do this over Zoom. So I went ahead and just chose the first available coach, and I found him to be super friendly. He asked me a bunch of questions about my goals, and then I actually hopped on the rower, and then he actually viewed me over Zoom and did an analysis of my rowing form and gave me pointers on where I can improve. And I was kind of impressed with what he could pack in that 20-minute session. And then after the session, he emailed me with kind of like a rundown of what we talked about, as well as some tips and drills to help me improve on my form. And if you're curious about how beneficial I think it is to put money where my mouth is, I will be definitely signing up for more personal coaching in the future. I do think it would be great though if they included just a brief one-on-one session with the purchase of every Hydrow membership, because I think it is very beneficial. And I think it just will help people understand the product and experience even better. So for me, it kind of bridged the gap from a good interactive indoor workout experience to a great one. So the Hydrow machine itself costs $2,300, which is in the same ballpark as other pieces of premium home gym equipment. And this is indeed a nice piece of equipment. They have a standard delivery cost outlined here at $150, but it currently says that they're tossing it in for free. I'm not sure if that's just a current promotion or if they always toss that in for free, but either way, the delivery and setup experience was top notch. But then there's also a Hydrow membership fee, which is $38 a month. And when I first heard this, I was like, oh, $38 a month? That's definitely not inexpensive, but it is also right in the same ballpark as a Peloton membership fee. But after using the Hydrow and participating in these interactive workouts, and that's not just the rowing workouts, but all those other workouts as well, I think it's definitely well worth it. And then one more thing I thought about is that what it actually takes to produce these workouts from a filming and production standpoint. So if we take a look at this screen from a workout here, I mean, first of all, there's the actual vessel that the athlete is using, but then there's this completely other boat here for the film crew. I mean, I would guess that's a bit more expensive than just filming inside a studio. But then there's also these other workouts, and again, these aren't just filmed in a studio, and it really shows that they just put a lot of effort into filming these in some really great locations. So I was initially on the fence on whether I thought the Hydrow was worth it, but I really have liked adding this to my indoor workout routine. And I guess to put it a different way, although they did set me up with a trial membership to try out the Hydrow, I absolutely will be renewing my membership once that expires, and I also will be continuing more with that one-on-one coaching. As a cyclist, I absolutely still will be using my indoor bike trainer, but I think all of us can get bored of the same workout routine all the time. And that's really where I like this, because it's targeting so many different muscle groups. Anyhow, if you're interested in checking out what Hydrow is all about, I'll have a link down in the description below where you can sign up and get one. And by using that link, it'll help support the channel without costing you anything additional. And if the information in this video did help you out at all, don't be shy about hitting that like button down below. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.